Looking for your key to home ownership? Then look no further. Call the #1 West Indian mortgage lender, MGN Funding. Call 718-705-4443. MGN Funding is a direct lender in New York and New Jersey. If you had past credit problems, bankruptcy, or less than perfect credit, MGN Funding can help you with your dream home. With their low fixed interest rates, MGN Funding can finance residential, commercial, mixed-use property, and construction projects. So whether you're buying your first home or investment property or refinancing, make the right choice for your family. Call MGN Funding today. Call 718-705-4443 or visit on the web at www.mgnfunding.com. MGN Funding is a licensed mortgage banker and lender in the states of New York, New Jersey, FHA, and VA approved. Applicants must qualify according to property guidelines. Conditions and restrictions may apply. Rates subject to change without notice. NMLS number 42791. Office located at 3050 Whitestone Expressway, Suite 305, Flushing, New York, 11354.
That's absolutely right here. MGN Funding, our direct mortgage banker and lender. Hey, 16 years serving our community and doing a whole lot. MGN Funding, 718-705-4443. 718-705-4443. Gotta say good afternoon to the man Rakesh and Samantha. MGN Funding.
Looking for a mortgage or help with your finance problem? The #1 mortgage banker, MGN Funding. Looking for a mortgage or help with your finance problem? The #1 mortgage banker, MGN Funding. MGN Funding, your key to home ownership. Find out if your monthly payment fits your pocket. Offices at Queens and White Plain, even in the Bronx. Let them show you how to qualify for a tax deduction. Looking for a mortgage or help with your finance problem? The #1 mortgage banker, MGN Funding. Looking for a mortgage or help with your finance problem? The #1 mortgage banker, MGN Funding. Come on, Caribbean people, listen what I have to say. Make the right choice for your family today. This is not the time to get left behind. MGN Funding, friend of yours and mine. Looking for a mortgage to help with your finance problem? The #1 mortgage banker, MGN Funding. Looking for a mortgage or help with your finance problem? The #1 mortgage banker, MGN Funding. Looking for a mortgage or help with your finance problem? The #1 mortgage banker, MGN Funding. Looking for a mortgage or help with your finance problem? The #1 mortgage banker, MGN Funding.
Well, good afternoon and welcome. Looking for the #1 mortgage financer, banker, lender. We talk about MGN Funding, owned, operated by us, for us, our president, Mr. Marlon Ryan, and MGN Funding, always going the extra mile to make home ownership so affordable. Give us a call at 718-705-4443, 718-705-4443. MGN Funding, your direct mortgage banker and lender in the community. So please reach out, tell your friends about MGN Funding. Give us a call. Let's start the dialogue talking about home ownership. It starts with dialogue. That's the way to go. So make a phone call, whether you live in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island, Staten Island, wherever you live, in New York tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. MGN Funding. We're here for you, and NMLS number 42791, and we are your mortgage banker, lender, community, and we understand about partner, sue, and working hard and, doing 2 and 3 jobs. So we want to put that money to work hard for you in a property by calling 718-705-4443. Home ownership is just a phone call away. Call MGN Funding. We are here for you, and we can make a difference for you. Making a difference in our community and giving back to the community. That's why we're here. Spiceman Bob Frederick on your radio. Here, what we're going to do this afternoon, we are very privileged and proud to welcome them live in studio with us. Mr. Leroy Charles, president of the Guyana Ex-Policemen Association of America Incorporated. They're based in Brooklyn. And Mr. Leroy going to tell us about the organization. It's been around for quite a while, doing good in our neighborhood. I remember being on WLIB. We used to be doing the public service announcement. They will have fundraisers, and proceeds will go to worthy causes in Guyana, in Brooklyn. It's just a hard-working, community-minded individual working for the community. So we are proud to have them on the radio, and let's welcome the President, Mr. Leroy Charles. Welcome to our studio, Mr. Charles.
Thank you, Bob, for welcoming the Guyana Ex-Police Association of America. I want to say a big shout-out to the people in Guyana, my members of the Guyana Ex-Police Association, all our supporters from the tri-state area. Thank you for listening to us today, and I hope that we'll be able to deliver all the good things that the Guyana Ex-Police Association of America is doing in the community.
Well, like I said earlier, I know of some of the work, and I know how hard your members work to make this a reality and for the community here and back in Guyana. I'd like you to introduce some of the members and past president to our microphones here at We Radio.
Okay, in studio today with me, I have our ex-president and now our treasurer, Brother Leon Gibbons, our secretary, Brother Cecil Williams, and our trustee, Sister Margaret Lewis.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, Bob. It's nice to be here today in your studio. I've been around the organization for over 10 years now, and the contributions that we're making, which will be explained to you, have been very beneficial for the community and the membership in general.
Okay. Well, Miss Margaret? Okay. Yeah, we have to kind of share a microphone.
Good afternoon.
Oh, you can pull the chair.
Good afternoon, one and all. My name is Margaret Lewis, and I'm one of the trustees of the Ex-Guyana Police Association. I've been a member for the past 18 years, and as such, I'm very happy to be here to share this forum with our members.
And we're glad to have you here
Thank
with
you.
us this afternoon.
And I'm Brother Cecil Williams. I'm the secretary of this association. And without our president, Brother Leroy Charles, our presidency would not have been possible. Thanks again, Bob, for welcoming us.
Thank you guys for coming. And you know, I like what I call real radio. Sometimes I say I'm your real radio relative, but this is We Are Family here. It's We Radio, and when we talk about family in the flesh, in the person, and it's so nice when you can see and talk and meet and greet, the meeting of the minds, so to speak, this afternoon. So what we like to talk about, a little bit of the organization, the Guyana Ex-Police Association Incorporated of America. How long you've been in existence, Mr. Leroy?
Okay, I'll give you a little background to the organization. Years ago, several policemen who migrated to the New York area had no forum to reach. And they sought to have that forum by forming an organization. And that organization they formed, called the Guyana Ex-Police Association of America, came into being May of 1967.
Wow.
We have been in existence from 1967 to now. They have come a long way. We have acquired our own building, which we own at the corner of 609 East 53rd Street
That's great.
and Clarendon Road, whereby we keep our meetings, and it's also a multi-apartment complex with a storefront and a lounge that we rent out for birthday parties and where we keep our fundraising activities.
You know, I think that's great to, you know, have an organization own a building here in New York City and preserving it for next generation, and own your place where you have a reception and the community can come to. The founders of the organization, they definitely had vision. And someone like you, Mr. Leroy Charles, taking it to the next level, Mr. Gibbon here, and everyone here working to preserve this for the future generation. Tell me a little bit about the organization and things that you've been involved in terms of helping back home in Guyana and here.
Well, the organization is a not-for-profit organization formed under the not-for-profit law 501c4. And what we do in the community is assisting in making a difference in the community. And we do that by doing various fundraising activities, etc. We host various fundraisers, and from those fundraisers we contribute towards the Police Scholarship Fund in Guyana, the Ex-Police Association in Guyana, we contribute towards them. So over the past year, we go biannually to Guyana. We host fundraisers in Guyana. From those fundraisers also we make donations to the police scholarship funds. Last year we were in Guyana and we host a Black and White Affairs, which was well attended by persons who went home on vacation. And from that we made a $250,000 contribution to the police scholarship fund last year, August.
Wow.
In the New York area, we host Christmas parties for the children in the community. Now, this is an organization that several policemen who migrated there then had a forum to reach and greet. And when they pass away, no one knows that they passed away, or anything happened to them, no one knows anything. So this organization is able to connect that dot, bring them together so that they will know if something is wrong. So, for example, if a brother or sister passed away, we host a repast.
Okay.
We contribute towards the funeral service. And what we do, we enable persons to come out to that funeral and pay their last respect. And that's one of the positive things about this organization. Whereby, like I said, ex-policemen and women could come out and reach and greet each other, and in the process make a difference in the community. We have several other areas that we contribute to, which I will now call on Mr. Gibbons to talk about those areas that we made contributions to in the New York area.
Mr. Gibbons, ex-president of the ex-Guyana Association, Police Association here in New York City. Mr. Gibbons?
We have been making contributions to families, as you've heard, families of deceased persons, especially members. We have been raising funds for the contributions to Guyana, the Bortry Fund. Our building is over 100 years old, and by our fundraising efforts, we have been able to refurbish the entire building. The tenants' apartments, our lounge and meeting area, we have been able to do that, and that was done by self-help. We have been able to put in new equipment, new furniture, and these are by the efforts of raising funds through our members and members of the community. To those we are very thankful.
Well, you know, an organization like yours doing good here in New York and helping back home, and I know the overall community, not only the community from Guyana, but the Brooklyn community also benefit from your organization.
That is so.
So keep that work coming, keep that good work in our community coming. Before we get into what's planned for the holiday and what's coming up, I would like to also, bring in your secretary and to give us his take on the organization and what you guys are planning on to accomplish for the coming year in 2016.
Well, our plans for the balance of the year is great. We have Christmas party for the kids of members and of the block. That's the 53rd Street block. We have got all the members going out to each and every house and inviting members' family from 12 to 1, and we have a Christmas party for them. Also, we have a Christmas party for our patrons who have supported us throughout the year, as well as a members' party. For instance, this evening we have birthday parties for members who are celebrating birthdays in November and December. The reason for December so fast is because in December we have got quite a lot of events coming up, including our New Year's Eve party, which usually be a great party. It's a non-for-profit. We'll be having drinks in the house, breakfast in the morning, all for $50. And we're encouraging members, friends, and family to come on. My role as the secretary is to see that all of our doings are done in the correct way. We have our executive meetings on every third Friday of the month, and every third Sunday we have membership meeting. Members come out after our meeting, we get together again, and everybody is pretty much accepted there. Thanks, Bob.
You're welcome. I know a young man who ex-police, and he plays music. I think you know him very well, Mr. Al Farley. Al Farley.
Yes. Farley. That's one of our good DJs.
Yeah, he's always playing over there.
Yes.
Al Farley. And he listens to us all the time right here at We Radio. Al Farley and his wife, hey, happy Thanksgiving, belated, but we celebrate and we give thanks and praise, and we thank for you, man, yeah. Al Farley. But doing a whole lot in our community and making a difference. I would like to say to Miss Margaret, the lady who is very, active and getting things done, getting the word out, making a difference. I was told she's the fireball, the female fire. We have a female fireball and a male Leroy is a male, but you have fire on both sides. You're blazing the fire. Margaret, tell us about what you do in the organization and how you help the community.
Currently, I am one of the trustees in the organization. And I'm really going to talk about getting women more involved in our organization. We have in our organization about 20 women on board. And those are members that served in the Guyana Ex-Police Association in Guyana. And that recently, or more or less, migrated to the United States of America. We also have honorary members on board who have contributed meaningfully to our organization throughout the year. Their contributions are outstanding. For instance, when we have parties, regardless of birthday, Christmas, whatever holiday it is, fun day, they always go that extra mile to comfort us. And what I would like to see is that more women play a more active role in our organization. The opportunities are there. For instance, there are more men in the executive level, more than women. There's just two of us. Our welfare officer and myself.
We got to get more ladies involved in the organization.
Thank you. So therefore, when we have elections in 2017, I would be happy to see a woman sitting as either a first vice president or the president of the association. Because you know women make it happen.
Wow. Mr. Leroy.
I'm being challenged.
You've been challenged.
You know, they say behind every successful man, there's a woman.
Yeah, but I don't say behind. I say side by side. Side by side.
Yeah.
Moving together.
Exactly.
Yes.
If not for these females in our organization,
Ladies are powerhouse, man. They are a powerhouse.
They make things happen, man.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to hold the rein, you know. So, and we are in the process of recruiting more women, and we wish to take this opportunity, Bob, to encourage ex-police women, regardless of whether you're a special constable, supernumerary constable, rural constable, also members' wives, to join our organization.
Give us a telephone number.
To contact the secretary at 646-734-4204 for application. Sorry, let me repeat that. 646-734-4207 for an application. This application will be mailed out to you.
All right.
646-734-4207.
4207. And get in touch with the Guyana Ex-Policemen and Women Association of America here in New York, in Brooklyn, New York, making a difference. So we go back to the president, Mr. Leroy Charles, who is here with us. And so much, we were talking and you were telling me.
Just 1 second. Before you come back to me, I would like to ask of you, crave your indulgence to ask of you to have Mr. Gibbons address a very important issue that needs to be addressed.
Oh, okay.
If you would permit that.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Gibbons?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I know the president is referring to our association. As you know, we've been in business for 48 years.
Wow.
Now, we're the only association that represents ex-policemen. The Guyana Police Force is one police organization. And regardless of branches, there have been words around there, spreading around that other persons are representing policemen. This may be so, but we just want it to be known that our association is principally responsible for representing ex-policemen. There's nobody, no other association that speaks for us. There's no other association that can represent us. We are just one. And I just want to put that out there.
All right, and that's the way to go. One united body, one united front, keeping it together. All right, we talk about the Guyana Ex-Policemen Association here in New York. I mean, I don't want to deviate from anything, but I know, when you have an organization, especially 48 years, that's a long longevity in the community. You make outstanding contribution to the community here and both in Guyana. oftentimes you have what I call, let me see how I put it, on a colloquial way, player haters. You have people sometimes. Don't let that deter you by any way. Stay focused, stay on your path. Because sometimes people just don't like to see a successful organization. So negativity comes up, but you just eliminate negativity and accentuate the positivity. That's my little advice. And stay focused and keep on doing what you're doing for you and for your community and for all. That's good.
Well, thank you so much for that little advice. Me, as the president, I recently became the president in April of this year. And as was told to you, I'm a fireball in the organization. I stay positive.
Yes.
I ignore the negatives. Too much of negatives around in this world. And I don't have time for that. These executive members with me here today don't have time for that. And we, as an organization, we try to stay on the positive side and focus on what we could do to make a difference in the community.
And you are making
we are
major
making a major
difference in the community. So just keep it going.
Yeah.
Now, as we talk about the community here and back in Guyana, I know the 50th anniversary coming up next year for Guyana. What role you or the organization will be playing in Guyana?
Okay, we are making an official visit to Guyana. We will be in contact with the Guyana Police Force very soon to let them know that we are coming down for an official visit. Based on the response that we are getting from members and family, it's roughly about 100 plus persons that will be going down to Guyana under the auspices of the Guyana Ex-Police Association. We intend to we intend to do 1 or 2 fundraisers, and with the approval of the Ex-Police Association and the Guyana Police Force, working jointly with them, and whatever profit is being realized from those functions would be donated to the police association down there and the Guyana Police Force. So some of the plans are still in the embryo stage. But we know exactly where we are going. So we also intend to participate in all the other activities that the 50th anniversary community have planned in Guyana. Flag raising. I know they have several different other functions that they have on the community calendar that the 50th anniversary website put out. And in the meanwhile, we also intend to socialize and reach up to some old buddies and friends and hang out a little bit.
All right. Now, in terms of, and we may not be able to go to all the intricate details, but in working as ex-policeman here, and you were telling me off the record that you even have 2 New York City current officers or former police officers here in New York. Yeah. Were they also in Guyana and then joined the force here in New York?
They were policemen in Guyana, and then they came up here shortly when they were young.
Right.
They joined the force here, and what we want to do is to tap into the resources of policemen.
New York City. That's where I'm going.
A policeman in Guyana and a policeman in America face the same danger. We face the same role in terms of duty.
Right.
And in society today, we see what is happening to the young people. And this organization recognizes that. And we want to tap into the resource of the members who have given yeoman service in the police force in Guyana and those who have given service here in New York to reach out to the young people, to let them know how to act if they're being arrested, how to act in public, so that we can make a difference in the society. It's sad that what happened to thing, and I want to take this opportunity to pay respect to Mr. Randolph Holder Sr. and the passing of his son, Mr. Holder. My profound sympathy on behalf of the Guyana Ex-Police Association once again to you and your family on the passing of your son. What a tragic death. And I do hope that Mr. Holder could take this opportunity. He's not a member, but could take this opportunity. I'm making a big shout out to him to come on board and let us do something positive in the society. I know that his influence, based on the tragic death of his son, could make a difference to a lot of young people in this society.
And I think, out of a tragedy, positive, you can take a negative and turn it positive.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice to have, I think, over 100 New York City police officers going down to Guyana and paying the respects and doing that. But the follow-up is so important, especially if you can get the senior holder, Mr. Holder, to participate with you and probably get some help and some skills, advisory board from New York City, working with the Guyana police, the police department in Guyana. I think you could do wonders. You're in a position to make a lot of things happen.
As a matter of fact, we are in contact with the mayor's office through his press secretary, and one of the things that we talk about is to work with the mayor's office to do some positive initiative. But what we have planned, it's still in the embryo stage.
Right. Okay.
And we are talking to his press secretary so that we could have a meeting with the mayor or the persons responsible for those areas, so that this whole idea that we're speaking toward could kickstart very soon, and our organization could be what I would say forerunner.
Well, I can help in the police department, New York City Police Department. I have Mr. Siddiq Y, who is the head of the community policing, but he reports directly to the police commissioner, Bratton. And prior to that, he was the community liaison with former Ray Cayley, former police commissioner. So whatever help I can give you in that department, I think that could help a lot in bringing about working.
We'll be grateful for that. We also work with the 67 precinct, right? And the
Community board.
The 67 precinct community board, or like, for example, our building, right? We have cameras around our building. That was recently put there for the protection of the building, the tenants, and I think like a year or so ago, we were able to solve 2 important crimes working with the NYPD.
Wow.
Right. Using our security cameras, they were able to use that camera very effectively to solve 2 important crimes.
Wow.
And from time to time, the police would, if there's a crime in around the area, they would come in and ask us to access our camera and look at it and see if they see something there positive. In addition to that, what we are working with the 67 Precinct Community Council is to try to get more members involved in the community affairs police. And that's something that we are working with, and we are hoping that it will materialize very soon. I know myself and another member had signed up, but for some reason or the other, we didn't get going. But hopefully, this time, we'll have a lot more members on board, participating and working with the community affairs thing. And just like you said, coming out of this strategy, it creates for me, create an awareness among the members that they want to contribute to this whole idea of security and giving back to the community in ways assisting the police, the NYPD.
And policing, whether it's in Guyana or here in New York or any part of the world, is working with the community.
Exactly.
And community policing, is always a good way to go. I think if you're from the community and if you live in the community, you will have much more respect and you'll be sensitive to the community needs. I don't want to deviate, but I think here in New York, one of big problem is a lot of the police here don't live in the community that they're policing, so they're not sensitive to the policing for inner cities, say like in Brooklyn or the Bronx or Manhattan, Harlem, and places like that. They're not from there. They're from Long Island and New Jersey and everything, and that's the law. But if it was a kind of mandatory thing, or make it that you have to be within the 5 boroughs within the city to police within the city, and I guess they're looking for people that's qualified. You have to be qualified also. I think it will make a big difference if you're from that community. You'll understand. Would you say, Leroy or Mr. Gibbons?
Well,
Yes, that's true. I say this because I spent 28 years in the Guyana Police Force, and I have been mixing with the public, and I found that it made my work easier. I got information. I was able to get into the community and get information to solve crimes and so on. And this is what is really required in New York. I think this would help a lot. If the policemen are in the community and they make more contact with the members of the community, it would be better.
And then, like what you're doing here could even spill over back to Guyana too.
True.
And in advising, and you can have a pilot program here with, say, like the New York City Police Department or with inner city, and then that could spill over into Guyana and make a difference. So you are on the pathway to making some positive change in our community.
True.
All right, as we talk about what's going on and everything, you're listening to We Radio. I'm Spiceman Bob Frederick here, and we are powered by MGN Funding, your direct mortgage banker and lender, making a difference in our community for many, many years. When we come back, we'll be talking to our president and our former president here in studio with us of the Guyana Ex-Policemen Association, Incorporated, New York. We'll be back. Stick and stay. Don't go away. Words from our sponsor. And Mr. Prabhudat, thank you so much for, there's a young man from Guyana. He's down in Brooklyn. Maybe you heard of him. He's a singer too. Mr. Cliff Joseph. And he is a former police. Right. So when we come back, we'll say hi, and you talk about Cliff and what's going on in here and what's coming up for the holidays and future plans for the Guyana Ex-Policemen Association. And we got to incorporate the ladies too. They're very popular, very in there. Right, Miss Margaret? Okay. We'll be right back on We Radio. Good afternoon, Spiceman and you.
Are you looking for your key to home ownership? Then look no further. Call the #1 West Indian mortgage lender, MGN Funding. Call 718-705-4443. MGN Funding is a direct lender in New York and New Jersey. If you had past credit problems, bankruptcy, or less than perfect credit, MGN Funding can help you with your dream home. With their low fixed interest rates, MGN Funding can finance residential, commercial, mixed-use property, and construction projects. So whether you're buying your first home or investment property or refinancing, make the right choice for your family. Call MGN Funding today. Call 718-705-4443 or visit on the web at www.mgnfunding.com. MGN Funding is a licensed mortgage banker and lender in the states of New York, New Jersey, FHA and VA approved. Applicants must qualify according to property guidelines. Conditions and restrictions may apply. Rates subject to change without notice. NMLS number 42791. Office located at 3050 Whitestone Expressway, Suite 305, Flushing, New York, 11354.
If you would like to advertise your business or service, call 718-705-4454. That's 718-705-4454.
Give us a call to advertise. It's wise to advertise. 718-705-4454. 718-705-4454. MGN Funding in our community for 16 years and keep on going, and we can make it happen by home ownership. It's just a phone call away, 718-705-4443. Licensed in the states of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and making a difference for over 16 years. FHA and VA approved. Applicants must qualify according to credit, income, and property guidelines. Conditions and restrictions may apply. Rates are subject to change without notice. NMLS number 42791. All right, we're coming back to Mr. Charles and Mr. Leroy Charles, and also members of the Guyana Ex-Police Association, as we do it all just for you right here. Well, we come back, and you're joining us. Stay tuned for more music coming up with DJ Fest in just a moment on the We Radio Saturday afternoon. President, Mr. Charles, I have someone that would like to say hi to you. Maybe a member, a former member. You can just put the headphone on, your little headphone over there, so you can hear. Good afternoon. Welcome on We Radio.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Good
I would like to
afternoon.
say congratulations to the Guyana Ex-Policemen Association. I'm from Region 3. And actually, my uncle was in charge of the police station at Wales there. And I had a lot of information. But I represent the Canal Polar Picnic Reunion Charity Group. And we do a lot of work in Guyana also with senior citizen Christmas party and stuff. But these guys doing a great job. I read about them in the newspapers a lot. And they're doing very well. But I would like to talk to the guy off the air for 1 second.
Oh, well, here what we do. We live on air now. Could we ask you, as soon as we wrap up our interview, you call back, and I'll put you on to him.
If you give me his number, I'll call him.
You can give me
his cell
a
phone.
number.
My phone number is 347 463
347, right?
463
463
5371.
537. Okay, Mr. Charles.
Yep.
Have a nice evening. Sir.
Call the
I'll
number
talk to you
back.
later.
Just call back the number.
Okay, all right.
You got the number? Call it back.
Yeah, 347-463-537. I'll call you right.
7171 5371.
Yeah. Yes, I have it.
All right, thank you.
5371.
Thank you, sir.
All right. All right, let's do it right here in this community, and that's what we do, and working with different organization, community group, that's the way to go. Yeah, we were talking about Mr. Cliff Joseph. He's a singer and a former, so you guys both, you know him very well?
I know Cliff Joseph very well. We stopped by the association. It's sad that Cliff is not a member of this association, and I do hope that he takes this opportunity to become a member. Cliff is an icon, cultural icon. He grew up in the police force. He has a lot of police connection, and Cliff knows that this police association could use some of that knowledge, experience, and what he delivered as a person,
Right.
a singer,
Singer, entertainer extraordinaire. Mr. Joseph, Mr. Cliff Joseph, former policeman in Guyana. And you can get in touch with the organization, Mr. Leroy Charles, your president here, reaching out for you and get much more involved in your community. Thank you, Cliff. Yeah, now let's talk about what you have planned for the holiday or for the organization or anything you'd like to focus on now.
Okay, what we have planned for the organization, in the coming weeks, we'll be acquiring a bus to transport members. Transport or goods and stuff like that. We have been challenged in that area to move members around to funeral and various functions.
Okay.
Sick and shut-in members. And we have hosted several fundraisers to purchase a vehicle, and we are in the process of obtaining that vehicle very soon. So hopefully members will see the vehicle emblazoned with the name Guyana Ex-Police Association of America on it. Also, the building that we are presently, or the building that we presently own, the lounge area, we have outgrown that
Wow. Expansion time now.
And it's time for expansion. So we have formed a committee, a small committee, to look into the purchasing of a new building to host our activities, and also to generate funds and revenue for the organization so that we could do more positive things in the community. And we are working very hard. We're looking at several buildings, and here we are, MGN Funding Corporation. I'm sure that this whole idea is going to trickle down into the executive and the members when we begin to cross that path to purchase that building, and we sure would explore the idea of using MGM funding.
Mr. President, Mr. Charles, I love how you're sounding and thinking, because we do commercial, all that, property. So you're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so you'll talk to Mr. Silverine, and we'll get you going and work. We'd love to be a part of, your financing. And to all listening, community organization and private people, investors, MGN Funding. We are doing refinancing, purchasing of commercial property, and also residential. MGN Funding. 718-705-4443. 718-705-4443. MGN Funding. So, Mr. Charles, we have lots things to work on here.
Yeah.
All right. We'd love to work with you. Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I want to take this opportunity just to recap a couple. I want to encourage members of the public and our members to support our New Year's Eve party. It's $50 per person. It covers everything, all inclusive. I want to encourage persons out there who are members who are interested in going to Guyana and their family. Reach out to us. We are working with the airlines to create packages for group packages for members to travel to Guyana come next year, May. We are leaving May the 20th and returning June the 3rd or June the 10th. Depends which date you want to return. We have just 1 second.
And we're talking about the 50th anniversary
Yeah, that's
of
the 50th
Guyana
anniversary.
coming up next
Yeah.
year. So planning on that.
Yeah.
And we'll get some dates here in the meantime. Mr. Gibbon, you can give us the telephone number for information.
Yeah, the telephone number is 347-463-5371. That's the telephone number to contact. My telephone number, if you or your family is interested in going to Guyana, we are working with the airlines to create some group packages. Hopefully we get the best fare for you, the members, and your family. I also want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to all our members of this organization. As president, I'm grateful to be your leader. And I hope that we could continue to work in unity to do the positive things in the community. A big shout out to all our patrons who have supported us wholeheartedly throughout the year. I also want to say a big shout out to my executive member, our first vice president, Mr. Orwin Daniels, second vice president, Mr. Edward Primo, our welfare officer, Sister Jacqueline McKinnon, our trustee, Brother James Corlett, our correspondence secretary, Brother Cecil Rollins, our parliamentarian, Brother Bernard Rollins, who was supposed to be here but he had some hiccups, Brother Frank Softly, our assistant treasurer. A big shout out to Brother Amos Britton, our communication officer, our chaplain, Brother Cecil Rollins Sr. Big shout out to you. You have been my spiritual advisor on many times. And to all the members who have made a big difference in our organization to make it a success. I also want to thank We Radio Online. Thank you, Bob, your president.
Mr. Ballin.
Yeah, Mr. Sinarine. It will be remiss of me if I don't say a big thank you to Dr. Shamir, who have made this happen. Dr. Shamir, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for giving our organization this exposure, and I hope that we have many more exposures. And when we come back the next time to Radio, we'll be able to say more positive things that has been happening, that will be happening, and has happened with this organization. Thank you all in Radio Land, all my supporters in Guyana. Thank you to my wife, Deborah Park, Charles. Thank you for your support. To my kids, Charlene, Sion, Joel, Lorone, and Diana. Big thank you. I am so grateful to be the president of this organization. Thank you all.
And keep it up, Mr. Leroy Charles. Keep up the good work. And everyone for coming. Thank you. Any final words? Anything? Well, We thank you.
He said it all.
Oh, okay. Well, he's the president. He has the final word. All right. So, good luck. Keep doing the good work. On behalf of Mr. Marlon Sinarine and all of us here, management and staff at We Radio and MGN Funding, we are here. We are within the community, like Mr. Sinarine said, and we would like to, work with your organization because you do good work for the people in Guyana and for Brooklyn and for here in New York. Working. That's the way to go.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you very
so
much,
much,
everyone. Thank you guys for coming.
Are you looking for your key to home ownership? Then look no further. Call the #1 West Indian mortgage lender, MGN Funding. Call 718-705-4443. MGN Funding is a direct lender in New York and New Jersey. If you had past credit problems, bankruptcy, or less than perfect credit, MGN Funding can help you with your dream home. With their low fixed interest rates, MGN Funding can finance residential, commercial, mixed-use property, and construction projects. So whether you're buying your first home or investment property or refinancing, make the right choice for your family. Call MGN Funding today. Call 718-705-4443 or visit on the web at www.mgnfunding.com. MGN Funding is a licensed mortgage banker and lender in the states of New York, New Jersey, FHA, and VA approved. Applicants must qualify according to property guidelines. Conditions and restrictions may apply. Rates subject to change without notice. NMLS number 42791. Office located at 3050 Whitestone Expressway, Suite 305, Flushing, New York, 11354.